Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me for part two. You are hopefully a little bit familiar with how this works if you watched part one. So I will start the same way. I will move through the beginning portion a little bit quicker because you know what to expect, and then we'll get into looking at some kinesthetic and proprioception feedback for the feet. All right? So go ahead and lie down on your back. Let your hands rest wherever's comfortable. Let your knees either be bent or long, whatever you prefer. And let your attention go to whatever internally grabs your attention. And when it gets there, let your attention settle there. And if where your attention settles, it doesn't feel interesting or it doesn't seem to capture you, let your attention go to the next thing that grabs your attention. And let it settle there until eventually you find a place in your internal sense that's interesting. And if you were to describe it, what words would you use? And this can be anything. It can be a sensation, it can be your heart rate, it can be your breathing, it can be the way you're connecting with the floor, anything at all. And once you've come to that and articulated it to yourself, just take a moment to check in with your breath and feel your heart rate and feel how you're lying against the floor. And go ahead and gently come on up into a seated position. And cross your left ankle in front of your right. And all I want you to do is take your left foot. I'm going to use my left hand to support it. I'm going to take my right thumb. I'm just going to trace the bottom of my foot with my right thumb. Reaching from the heel all the way to that pinky toe. And then I'll do the same with the fourth toe. And then the same with the third toe. And I'm using my left hand just to help support the left foot and move it a little bit. Now I'm going to just brush the top of my foot with my left hand. It's almost like I'm flicking the air away from it. And then go ahead and turn over. So you're in a hands and a knees position. Start there actually. And with the left foot, you're going to pull the left toes towards your left knee and then press your left toes down. And I want you to imagine that it's like all 5 of your left toes are going to press into the floor. I understand that the likelihood of that happening is very slim, and that's okay. Now push the left toes away from you until the top of the left foot is on the floor. And really think about reaching out the big toe side of the foot and reaching out the pinky toe side of the foot. And then pull the toes towards your knee until your toes are pressing against the floor. And then same thing, see if you can imagine that all 5 toes are pressing. And then push the foot away, reaching out the big toe side of the foot and the pinky toe side of the foot. And then gently come on up into a seated position so you're sitting on your heels. And as you sit on your heels, you're actually going to take your thumbs back, both of them, even though we're working primarily on the left foot, and start pressing into your heels. And as you press into your heels, see if you can press into the place that feels like the center of your heels. And then move your hands down to the middle of the foot and press into that middle of the foot with your thumbs. And then gently come on up into a tall kneeling position and take your left foot forward. Go ahead and drape yourself over your left leg. And you're going to take your right hand and you're simply going to trace from the front of the ankle all the way out to the big toenail on that left side. And then do the same thing on the second toe. And then do the same thing on the third toe. And same thing on the fourth toe. And same thing on the fifth toe. Come up into a tall half kneeling position and lift the inside part of your left foot away from the floor. And then lower that back down and then lift the outside edge of the left foot away from the floor. And lower that down and let your leg respond. Now, if this is challenging because of balance, you can have yourself near a wall or place a chair next to you. Take one more each way. And then find center, and I want you to begin pressing the center heel of the left foot into the floor. And begin pressing all 5 toes into the floor. Press down and then relax. And just do that 2 more times. Press and then relax. Last one. Press and then relax. Come into a seated position. And let your right leg be off to the side. You're going to roll to the outside edge of the left foot. And see what happens to the rest of you when you roll to the outside edge of your left foot. So in order to get the outside edge of the left foot down, you might have to turn your torso and rotate your pelvis a little bit. Bring it back to center. And you can take your left hand down. Outside edge of the left foot goes against the floor. Do that a couple more times. Now keep yourself here and just slide that outside edge of the left foot towards you and away from you. Take one more and find center. Now roll the inside edge of the left foot towards the floor and bring it to center and stay with that. And again, let everything else do what it needs to do to allow this to happen. Your pelvis might rotate. Take one more. And again, you can take your right hand down if you want. Keep the inside edge of your left foot against the floor. You're going to slide that up and slide that down. Slide that up. Slide that down. Take one more. Slide that up. Slide that down. Bring that to center. From here, just slide your heel straight back until the foot connects, and then push your heel away. Slide the heel straight back until it connects. Push it away. 2 more. And now keep it there and see if you can find in this position the sense that the heel and all 5 toes are connected with the floor. Take just another breath and go ahead and release that down. And go ahead and lie down on your back with your knees bent or your legs long, doesn't matter. And as you lie down here, again, just take a moment to let your attention go to whatever inside is asking for your attention. And as your attention settles, take a moment to see if you can articulate what it is, what it feels like, why it's grasping your attention. Now shift your awareness to your breath, just observing it. And then shift your awareness to your heartbeat. And finally, shift your awareness to the support the floor is giving you. And gently come on up. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found that useful. Again, we only did one side, so feel free to go back and do that same thing on the right side if you would like. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Thank you.